TikTok cites the First Amendment in a lawsuit to overturn Montana State's banning of its app. If subjected to attack from China, Taiwan needs military support. Swedish lawmakers. US and Micronesia renew strategic pact to counter competition from China. Chinese historical drama banned from broadcasting, suspected of being related to blank paper movement.
TikTok is suing the U.S. state of Montana for legislation that seeks to protect user data from the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Montana intends to outlaw the app starting next year. In a complaint filed in Montana District Court, the short video streaming platform TikTok alleges that the bill violates a set of federal laws, including the First Amendment and the Commerce Clause of the U.S. Constitution, which restricts the power of states to pass laws that excessively hinder trade across states and countries. The complaint said, this unprecedented and extreme step of banning a major platform for First Amendment speech based on unfounded speculation about potential foreign government access to user data and the content of the speech is flatly inconsistent with the Constitution. The legislation, SB 419, was signed into law by Governor Greg Gianforte on May 17th. Citing risks of compromised data, it seeks to outlaw the app from operating within the state starting January 1st, with a potential fine reaching $10,000 per day for violators. TikTok is hiring Covington & Burling, the law firm that successfully stopped the Trump administration from banning the app nationwide in 2020. The lawsuit also accuses Montana's law of illegally discriminating against TikTok. It requests the court to annul the law and stop the state from enforcing it. TikTok denied that the CCP could access American data in the complaint. However, a former executive has already used its parent firm ByteDance for that purpose. Yin Tao Yu, formerly head of engineering for ByteDance's U.S. operations between August 2017 and November 2018, alleged that the CCP could access all company data, including that stored in the United States. Nevertheless, TikTok spokesperson Brooke Oberwetter said that it is confident TikTok could prevail in the case against Montana. According to CNN, it said, "We are challenging Montana's unconstitutional TikTok ban to protect our business and the hundreds of thousands of TikTok users in Montana." A delegation of Swedish lawmakers visited Taiwan from May 15th to the 20th. The representatives met with President Tsai Ing-wen, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu, and many other high-ranking officials of the island. According to Taiwan News, Swedish Democrats Foreign Affairs Marcus Weichel and Swedish lawmaker Joar Forsell, the foreign policy representatives for the Liberal Party, joined the delegation. Sharing with Swedish broadcaster SVT on May 17th, Marcus Weichel said, "We see Taiwan as an independent country. It is de facto an independent nation." TVT's reporter asked Weichel whether the European Union should support Taiwan militarily in the case of China's regime launching a war to invade the island. Weichel replied, "Yes, of course. Taiwan should be supported in various ways just as we have supported Ukraine." Joar Forsell told SVT on May 20th that Sweden should sell offensive weapons, including JAS planes, to Taiwan. He added that the EU and Sweden must support Taiwan militarily if the military of China's regime attacks the island. Forsell also said that Sweden should sell any weapons to Taiwan and should not have any limits. He said, "Offensive weapons are defensive in the case of democracies because they are used as a deterrent." Responding to a reporter's question about whether Sweden should sell SAAB JAS-39 Gripen fighter jets to Taiwan, Forsell said, "If a democracy wants to buy JAS, I think we should be happy about it." He also said, "Dictatorships like the one in China are trying to challenge democracy on the global stage, so Sweden and other countries must join hands and repel the behavior." Forsell believed that there was no reason to rule out that Sweden trained the Taiwanese army as his country did for Ukraine.
The U.S. signed agreements with Micronesia on May 23rd, bringing an end to negotiations on the extension of economic support to the island state under a strategic pact. This is among American attempts to counter China in the Pacific. As reported by Reuters, the State Department said that further discussions are underway with the Federated States of Micronesia, or FSM, to extend federal programs and services now offered under a Federal Programs and Services Agreement. Leo Falcom Jr., a negotiator for Micronesia, and the charge d'affaires of the American Embassy in Pohnpei, signed 3 agreements related to the Compact of Free Association, or COFA, between the two countries. According to a statement from the State Department, this represented the successful conclusion of negotiations with FSM regarding the extension of compact-related economic assistance, and was a major milestone in the relationship. Washington first reached the COFA agreements with the 3 island states, including Micronesia, Palau, and the Marshall Islands in the 1980s, under which it retains responsibility for their defense, provides economic support, and achieves exclusive access to vast strategic swaths of the Pacific in return. Subject to U.S. congressional approval, the U.S. will provide a total of $7.1 billion over 20 years to the 3 countries under Memorandums of Understanding, established on renewing the pacts. The American statement referred to the relationship with the FSM as special and historic. It also stated that the continuation of COFA-related assistance at significant levels reflected this and will boost development and help combat issues like climate change. Renewing the COFAs has become a crucial part of Washington's efforts to push back against Beijing's bid to expand its influence in the Pacific. Chinese diplomats have been courting the region, while China's construction and mining companies have expanded their business in many Pacific Island nations. The U.S. reaffirmed its COFA with Palau on May 22nd, and its lead COFA negotiator, Joseph Yun, told Reuters on May 20th that he planned to reach a conclusion with the Marshall Islands in the coming weeks. The Marshall Islands COFA is due to expire this year. A few days ago, Ning'an Rumeng, once considered the new lord of Chinese historical dramas, suddenly stopped broadcasting. The topic, Ning'an Rumeng film stops broadcasting, became a hot search on Weibo. Many people suspected the reason was that an actor in this film was involved in the blank paper movement last year. According to Sohu, the Chinese historical drama Ning'an Rumeng was initially scheduled to broadcast at 7 p.m. on May 19th. It had 5 million ticket bookings before its broadcast, but was postponed for technical reasons. So far, the film's rebroadcast time has not been announced. Chinese netizens speculated it might be related to the third male lead, Zhou Junwei, in the film. A netizen revealed he had received an internal notice regarding the cancellation of Ning'an Rumeng, saying, "The film cannot be broadcast. It's not temporarily suspended, and not even delayed. The reasons given are just excuses. The extreme zero-COVID policy of the Chinese Communist Party in the past 3 years has caused many secondary disasters for China. In particular, a fire broke out in Urumqi, Xinjiang, on November 24th last year, causing at least 44 deaths. Some witnesses said they heard mournful screams at the scene. Since people suspected excessive lockdowns caused the fire, anti-lockdown movements broke out in many major cities, including Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, and Chengdu. Many college and university students also spontaneously protested, holding blank papers to express their unspeakable frustrations. That action became a symbol called the blank paper movement. Actor Zhou Junwei also posted a photo of an A4 blank sheet of paper on Weibo and said nothing, but this caught the authorities' attention. As a result, his account was banned on February 22nd this year. Some Chinese netizens believe the cancellation of Ning'an Rumeng is only the first step. All the films Zhou Junwei has participated in may be implicated. In fact, in February this year, not only Zhou Junwei's Weibo account was banned, but also the accounts of talk show actor Meng Chuan, actress Chun Xia, and famous singer Liang Weijia suffered the same fate for speaking out in support of the blank paper movement. Dozens of Chinese celebrities, internet celebrities, talk show actors, voice actors, singers, and other public figures have been retaliated against by Beijing when speaking out in support of this movement.